Scorched event is right around the corner as it's time to get a little creepy in the wasteland since it's October. However, did you know that in Fallout 76 during the Spooky Scorched event, not only do these Spooky Scorched just randomly spawn out in the wasteland, but they also can spawn at events. And if you'd like to find out more about all the events that actually can spawn these Spooky Scorched and ones that you can actually start yourself to make them spawn the Spooky Scorched, stay tuned. If you're new to the Wasteland and you're wondering what the Spooky Scorched event is, let's give a brief overview. The Spooky Scorched is an event that happens in Fallout 76, usually around the month of October. This year it lasts about 2 weeks from October 24th through November the 7th. During the event, any area that normally spawns Scorched as enemies can actually spawn something called a Spooky Scorched. Now these Spooky Scorched will be wearing Halloween costumes and they will make some crazy noises, so you'll be able to hear them before you can see them in some circumstances. They are always legendary, so sometimes if they're a little bit further out and things have loaded in, you might actually be able to see the green glow as well. Now after you've found and slain these Spooky Scorched, the whole point is to get their spooky treat bags that they actually drop. Now these spooky treat bags can drop numerous rewards, and several of them are rare, from apparel to actual plants. Since they're legendary, they'll also be dropping a legendary item. It'll be so nice once they actually update the legendary item, so that way if it's a 3-star, you'll get a 3-star item, etc., etc., but that doesn't seem that that's going to be the case quite yet. However, it is coming. Very excited about that. Any hoozles, there will be legendary items that are dropped. Most of the time they are script, so at least you'll have some script, so that way you can get something else. If you would like to have a locations video, please just let me know in the comments below and I can give you a full location video. But this video is going to specifically cover just events because I feel like that is something that is commonly overlooked. I've broken this down into 2 different parts. The first half will actually cover events that spawn Spooky Scorched. The second half will actually include events that you can kind of start yourself. Without further ado, let's get into this. For our first event, we have Line in the Sand. Now this event does happen at Fort Defiance, and you do protect something like a sonic generator. It calls in Scorched and Scorched Beasts, and you basically fight them off, trying to defend the area. Well, some of those Scorched can be Spooky Scorched. So sometimes you'll get 2, sometimes you get about 5, 6, 7. It's a really good event, so if you see this one pop up, make sure you go to it. Now, Line in the Sand is a public event, and it happens about every 20 minutes, or has the possibility to occur every 20 minutes, so you got that at 20, 40, and top of the hour. The next public event that can actually generate Spooky Scorched is going to be Distinguished Guests. The next few events are area events that are triggered by people that are actually in the area 9 times out of 10. And these events are not the ones that actually have the huge explanation point, just in case you're new to this. And there are 4 of these types of events available. First up, we have Surface to Air. Then we have Distant Thunder, followed by Protest Marched, and Scorched Horde events. Now, the Scorched Horde event is a horde event. Now, this can come up as Mirelurks or Cave Crickets or anything basically under the sun, super mutants, you name it. But what happens is sometimes it can actually be Scorched. So if you see a horde event, you need to just go and hover over top of it and make sure it doesn't say Scorched. If it says Scorched, you need to go, because that means you have a chance of actually getting Spooky Scorched at this event. These next few events you can definitely trigger on your own. The first event, you will need to be able to drop a nuke. You've probably already guessed the event, but it's Scorched Earth, or the Scorched Beast Queen event. Now, this event actually will spawn in a ton of different enemies, but one of the enemies that can spawn is Scorched, because they normally follow that Scorched Beast around. Anyhow, these can become Spooky Scorched. Before I literally get into the best event to get Spooky Scorched, please give me a big Vault Boy thumbs up, and remember to nuke that subscribe button on the way out. Also, take the time to share this video, as it will help out the rest of the community that does not actually see these videos being created, and it will help out this channel immensely. Alright, now, back to some of the best events, especially this next one. It literally is the best. The next event that you can actually spawn on your own is Collision Course, and in my opinion, this is the best event to actually get Spooky Scorched. Collision course can be triggered by going over to Morgantown Airport and going over to the fenced area and waiting for a cargo bot drop. Now, in the process of trying to actually clear out the area, you'll just get wave after wave of Scorched. To start the event after you've actually entered the area that is fenced off, if you have your headset on or the sound on, you will be able to hear a siren go off. You'll just need to go over to the flare and actually set that off, thus triggering the event. Now, if you arrive and it's already been completed and you can't actually set it off again, sometimes that drop is actually still there or your prize is still there, but you can actually go ahead and start it again because it does have a cooldown. If it's done and you can't actually start it, make sure that you just switch to a different server. The next way to actually get Spooky Scorched at an event is to claim workshops. Now, the energy plants are great for this because they always have Scorched, and just going there in particular will actually get you a chance of getting Spooky Scorched to begin with. But when you go back to fight off the waves or defend the area from whatever enemy is approaching, the chances of Spooky Scorched is even more because basically you're just compounding that ability to keep on getting the Spooky Scorched. Now, all of the actual workshops can have Scorched as an enemy. You just kind of have to see what your enemies are. So if you are in a server and don't mind claiming workshops, this is a great way to actually try to get more Spooky Scorched. Unfortunately, that is all the events that actually will spawn Spooky Scorched. If I've forgotten one, please make sure to drop it in the comment section below. And as always, please share this video with others so that way they know what's going on as well. It will help the channel to get out there and more people will be able to see it and find it. As always, I appreciate you guys so much and I just want to say thank you and good luck hunting your Spooky Scorched. Would like to take a second to give a huge shout out to all my channel members. You guys truly make this possible, so thank you so much for all your support. I love you guys. I'd like to take a minute to actually welcome my newest Deathclaws, Glowing Deathclaw, Martin Bryan, Kevin Parkhurst, Hope and Love, Elite Gamer Sigma, and XX Sleepy Fluffy X, and last but not least, Joe Mills. Thank you guys for coming to the Deathclaws. I appreciate every single one of my channel members. Love you guys, and I will see you in the wasteland. Take care.